What's up guys, hope you're doing well. Today we'll have a look into the Dogecoin price chart because with the recent drop we have some changes in the analysis, and also of course we want to know, is this just a temporary correction? What levels are we aiming for? Is this potentially another buying opportunity? So let's get straight into this. You maybe remember my last video where I have showed you that we just had the breakout right here above these recent resistance levels right here, and then I also said it would be nice if we go a little bit higher to this resistance level. That's why it's also marked red, at least, then do the retest of the breakout level and then go higher. So this would be the most bullish scenario. Right now, as you can see, we just went through it to the downside. So we just got below the breakout level, also below the first support level right here. And right now, of course, the question is, where will we potentially head? I think it is pretty safe to say, except in the next 3.5 hours, we will see some big return happening. As I said, I think this is less likely, so we can assume that we will have a daily candle close below these two support levels right here. And right now is the question, okay, what are some next potential support levels that we have? You can see right here, we also have one right below the current level, but we also have a major support area right here, and also with this support area that we have touched multiple times right here. You can see it right here, right here, right here. Here we have gotten into it but got rejected. Here you can also see a lot of testing, breaking out, jumping back in the area. Here also we have touched the area. So we have this support level right here, and we also have the downward trend right here, which is giving us more support on top, and that means that we could potentially aim for this area right here. Also, as you can probably see it right here, we are red across the board, so basically every crypto is down today, and that means that we potentially will also see a correction in Bitcoin. And I now want to show you what potentially can we expect right here, because in Bitcoin we have the old all-time high right here, and you can see that we had a very nice breakout to the upside, but so far we are missing the back test. So we are missing the retest of the breakout level of the old all-time high, and if that would happen, this would just be a normal correction. So in crypto, you feel like everything is always dramatic, but in this case, it's not. So right now we are just looking at a normal correction. And if Bitcoin does this normal correction, do the retest of the breakout level, we are looking at like a maybe let's say 5 to 6% correction. And in altcoins, you know that we can at least do double the amount, because altcoins are much more volatile. So if we have a look into Dogecoin, then we can see that this area right here is at max 20%, at minimum 10%. So something between 10 and 20%, which would also just be a normal correction in Dogecoin. And I think that right now we need to be patient, because I think that we will get a good buying opportunity with this correction. But right now, as I said, we need to be patient and we need to wait for confirmation, because as you can see right here, sometimes we just have these violent moves that are just cutting through the support like butter, and we don't want to see this at these levels right here. So we also want to have some confirmation that we see some support coming in, that the price is not just going through the downside right here. In a perfect world, if Dogecoin would be at these levels, find some support, and Bitcoin at the same time is doing the retest of the old all-time high and also finding support, as I said, this would be the perfect world, and then probably we are good to go to our aiming for the price target that I have mentioned in the last video, because this price target is still active even if we have broken down the support level right here and have done more than just the back test of the breakout level. The price target and the time window are still active. Just from the time perspective, we potentially have a shift because, as I said in the last video, if we have strong bullish moves, then it is more likely that we are breaking or reaching the price target in the first half of the rectangle. But if we are now seeing a more serious correction and a longer lasting correction, this is of course shifting the probability towards that we will reach this price target more likely somewhere in the second half of the rectangle. Just to remember you, the rectangle time window expires on the 27th of September. So we should be there at this price target on the 27th of September. Otherwise, this will be invalidated and then this price target is not active anymore. But in case that happens, obviously we need to get some completely new conclusions. But right now this would just go into speculation. So let's stay with what we have. Currently we have a correction, we need to be patient, and I think that we will be presented with a very good buying opportunity. Therefore, you can also answer the question for yourself if I think that this will be just a short-lived correction or if that is already the top. Obviously, I do not think that this is the top because otherwise I would not be looking for another buying opportunity right here. And in case this buying opportunity shows up and I think that the correction is over, obviously I will do another video. So make sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss this. In case you have any questions or other coins that you want me to have a look at, feel free to just post it in the comments. That's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.